Welcome to the DDS Squad Pod. I am the host, your favorite non-wrestling entity, the Enforcer, Len Anderson. Crazy week in professional wrestling on the indie scene. Crazy week for Beyond Wrestling. News breaking earlier this week that they will no longer be going forward with Sports Entertainment Experience. And everything that I had talked to you guys about over the last couple of weeks regarding the future of Beyond Wrestling, kind of changed. They are no longer going to be in Pawtucket. They are no longer going to be going forward with John Sebastian and his involvement. And, I'm not going to get too much into it here right now anyway. Just to say right now, we've had John on the show a couple of times, and he was very gracious with us and giving us some inside access, some knowledge, some cool stuff. He took me around the what they were calling the Sports Entertainment Experience IWTV studios before a lot of other people had seen it or even known about it. So Beyond returns to Worcester for the season 2 of Uncharted Territory. That will take place from the White Eagle, which is a great venue, and we always had a great time at the White Eagle. And we also bought season tickets, so we will be dropping down and getting our Eagle on, girl, at the White Eagle with Beyond Wrestling for Uncharted Territory starting October, the first Thursday in October. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I believe it's October 3rd or 4th. I'd have to look to be sure. But very exciting times nonetheless. Uncharted Territory was an amazing time this past spring, and it's going to be, season 1 was awesome. We had a great time. Season 2, I look forward to just as much, even without the involvement of Sports Entertainment Experience and returning to the White Eagle. So just give you a rundown on today's podcast after my brief little thoughts on that. Today's podcast, we're going to have a pretty cool one here for you. We're going to be watching, I'm going to be watching New Japan and Rev Pro show this afternoon, actually in about 45 minutes here. It's 11:45, and that's at 12:30, so I'll be watching that. And then I'll be watching NXT UK Takeover Cardiff, and then Squad, three quarters of the squad will be together for All Out, AEW All Out tonight. We're also going to have a special little conversation with Steven from Super Retro Throwback Reviews for you. That's probably what you'll hear next. Him and I will discuss, maybe we'll talk about a little bit about American Rana since he was there and get his thoughts on that. And then after All Out, Ryan will be on. I don't know if Jamie will stick around to be on, but Ryan will be on, and we'll talk about today's wrestling. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for sticking around. Hashtag stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff today, and we'll see you after this. So we're going to go do some dope shit. And welcome back. My mistake, guys. I forgot that I had originally tweeted out that I was going to do my fantasy booking for Beyond Wrestling Uncharted Territory Season 2, Episode 1, airing and live from Worcester in the White Eagle, Worcester, Massachusetts, Thursday, October 3rd. Yep, it's the 3rd. So, let's see what I got here. So I start with Milk Chocolate versus the Top Dogs. I got Christian Casanova versus Johnny Silver. Thomas Santel versus Layla Hirsch. Chris Statlander versus Lufisto. Red Death versus Keith Youngblood in the gauntlet match. And I got Josh Briggs versus Lance Archer in the main event. So that's my fantasy booking. Beyond had asked for people to do it on Twitter, and I did it here, and I will probably also include it in a tweet, just so that people can see it too, and we can tag those guys. So get your tickets at beyondwrestlingonline.com, lookmonofans.com. That's one I always use. And watch along if you can't make it to Worcester, Massachusetts. Watch along on Independent Wrestling TV, IWTV.live. Use that promo code Uncharted Territory. Get 20 days for free. Sign up now, folks. And stay tuned for the rest of the podcast, as this is just a little quick snippet here that I remembered I was going to do. And, man, there's some good wrestling right now, man. We just watched a killer match. I just watched a killer match of the Triple Threat Tag Team title match on NXT UK. Takeover was killer. Kenta and Ishii that went for a while on the New Japan. That was a good match, too, on the New Japan Royal Quest pay-per-view. Coming up now, Tony Storm lost the women's title to Kaylee Ray, and now we got Walter versus that Tyler Bate. So that should be a good one. Looking forward to that match. So stay tuned, and we'll talk about some of that action, and we'll get into AEW. And thanks for listening. And don't forget. Yeah, what the hell am I talking about? Don't forget, do dope shit.
Chris is awesome. He's as hot as it get, the type to drop you quick with a mafia kick. Got the hunger of a young lion, plus the eye of the tiger. Pummel you like he's a young Tyson. That young knockout kid, split your wig. Rivera Cloverleaf, snap you like a twig. You're more than welcome to step up and get effed up from a hangman's clutch or hero's welcome. You're just a Joe Schmo, he'll bust your chops. It's a KO once he hammer locks the cravat. Tomato cans don't stand a chance, no holds barred. Rolling elbow to a bozo's jaw. It's flawless offense done with precision. Get lumped up, he's headhunting, fuck a submission. Pound for pound, the best without a doubt. So come on down and get left out for the count. Yeah, better bring your best, cause here comes the best. Who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. Yeah, quit the injure, any contender. So who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. You better call the coppers, your mama and a doctor. You's about to get clobbered in a slobber knocker. Cruising for a bruising, ain't no way he's losing. So who's your
hero? It's Chris Hero. And welcome back. So Steve's here now. Steve from Super Retro Throwback Reviews at Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Twitter. On Instagram, is the same? Is it the same?
Same, and Facebook as well.
And Facebook as well. Okay, so that's where you can find Steve. Give his podcast a listen and check out his videos on YouTube. He does great movie reviews and a lot of cool horror movies and stuff like that. Check him out. He does some really cool stuff. And he started getting into this podcast thing before me, and I kind of followed his lead a little bit here. But so what we're going to talk about real quick before everybody else shows up here in about a half hour. So we'll just bullshit here for a little bit. We want to talk about we were talking off air about the effects. We're watching AEW tonight, so the effects, the ripple effects, right? Yep. That AEW is going to have on the independent wrestling scene.
Yeah, with All Out tonight, it seems like... Yeah, with AEW tonight, it seems like all eyes are going to be on AEW because this is their last pay-per-view before they start going on TNT. Yeah, so
TNT is where really the ripple effects happen, right? Because they're still allowing guys like... I know Joey Janela's done with Beyond. I can't say no, but I'm pretty sure Joey Janela is done with Beyond. But we get at Beyond Wrestling at Patty's All Hands on Deck. MJF is there against Josh Briggs. Can't wait for that one. Josh Briggs versus MJF. That match is gonna fuck. Yeah. So these guys will go to non-compete. So I like what Beyond's done with the during the Uncharted Territory series of establishing a new roster for themselves and kind of bringing these guys up, and the Discovery Gauntlet, those things like D.L. Hurst and the Red Death. God, what the hell's his name? Red Death. God, that guy was good. But these guys are getting seen. So Red Death, I believe, is already working Evolve coming up. So guys are getting signed. So what do we do? What do we have? We got to grow, right? We got to grow the independents.
That's the big thing with independents. It's kind of tricky because it depends on which independent thing. I mean, we were talking about Beyond before.
Yeah.
They has to.
So there's a level, right?
There is a level.
So I talked with other people previously on the show about what we consider mainstream wrestling, right? So I would consider, and this is my personal opinion, mainstream wrestling somebody who has a TV deal.
Right.
AEW, of course. WWE, of course.
Impact.
Is Impact on TV?
It is.
It's not just Twitch. They are on TV?
They are.
Okay, so Impact would be included. Ring of Honor, New Japan, and MLW. So those are the ones where I'd say...
Major League.
Those guys aren't independent, right? Those guys are not an independent because they have these TV stations. They have TV money. It might not be a ton of TV money in some instances, but they have TV money, so that puts them above the rest a little bit.
The way I would think of it is...
Come in! Oh, Don's here. Oh, Don is here. Look at that. Folks, D-Star Ed is in the building checking out some AEW wrestling tonight with the group. Don, we're live on the podcast. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Look at that. You've made 2 podcasts now. Look at that. Watch out for the mic cable there, bud, when you walk through.
All right. What's going on?
Just watching. It's a wrestling day. Look, we got a little bit of GCW BLP on from last night. Right now, we got the Effie versus Nick Gage, and Nick Gage just went through a plate glass window. I was
saying that those major shows are like the major league.
Yep.
And the independents like minor league.
So you're right. Yeah. So you can look at that, but then I would even go as far as to say that. The minor league system, you have your single A, double A, triple A ball, right? Don, you know baseball.
I do know baseball.
Triple A is the top level, right?
For minor league, yes.
Yes, okay. So you've got the triple A, the double A, the single A. There, you can look at some of these promotions and say, yeah, that's definitely single A ball. If you look at, and this is not a shot. This is not me saying, that's a shitty promotion or anything like that. I'm just saying they're smaller and you can know. Right. And we won't call it birthday party wrestling, but something like Lucky Pro out of Massachusetts, I would say that's single A. But then if you talk Beyond Wrestling, you talk XWA Wrestling, I'd say, okay, yeah. And Northeast Wrestling, because Northeast Wrestling and XWA bring in more former WWE stars than Beyond does, right? Yeah. But
that would be like,
I would say that's your AAA grouping, right? That's your one step.
Like Progress.
Yeah, and okay, so that's another thing. Progress. So because
this is where it gets tricky.
It does get tricky because you don't want to call Progress and you don't want to call Evolve AAA knocking Beyond down to AA because Beyond. Okay, how about this? This is me. We're off the cuff here, off the top of the head.
Can I interject?
Yeah, go ahead.
As a person who knows the least about wrestling here,
he knows nothing.
I do like the.
Huh?
I do like the analogies. Maybe not though, because you said something under your breath. I'm not sure. So
you'll have to listen to the podcast to hear it.
Hear that? Yeah, I guess so. Continue. Sorry to interrupt.
I love this shit. So I would say, okay, so now I'm backing up a little bit, and I'm going to say that Northeast Wrestling and XWA are double A ball. Yeah. What wrestling? Those are double A ball in the area. Chaotic would be double A ball. AAA ball, I would say, because you're getting the next step up. Your next step is going to be AEW or WWE. I'm going to say AAA ball would be Beyond, Progress. Progress, they don't run the States so much, so it's kind of hard calling them an independent. They're more in the UK scene, so I kind of want to leave them out. But I would say Evolve, PWG.
Yep.
GCW. GCW is AAA ball. Black Label Pro. A lot of anything that's streaming. See, that's another. What's the cutoff? So AAA would be streaming. Perfect. Okay, because AAA would be a streaming company, and then your AA would be not live streaming, but you can like high spots. Like NEW and XWA, you can go to high spots. But if you're live on Fight TV, if you're live on Independent Wrestling TV, if you're live on Power Slam TV, if you're on those type of things, then you're AAA. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good way to figure out. So those rosters. So now we're talking. There's these three levels. They always continuously feed the next one up, right?
Yeah.
So
it seems like they're rising up.
Right. So if you want to see tomorrow's Beyond Stars today, maybe look at your AA level, right? See who's going to be filtered up through. Man, that's a really good point. And that kind of like clears up what's independent wrestling and what's mainstream wrestling. I think that's really good. I think we're onto something over here, Don.
I think so. I like it.
AEW is like not too far from now. It's like what, an hour and a half?
We are half hour away from the pre-show, the buy-in, which would also have, I think, 3 matches on it. So yeah, we're about a half hour away.
What's your most anticipated match going into
mine? So I got a couple, and the ladder match is going to be dope. It's going to be what it is because we've seen those guys in ladder matches before. I love Penta and Phoenix. I love those guys. They're fucking dope. I love the story going in for Cody and Shawn Spears. I really like that. I think that's kind of maybe the one match in particular I'm looking forward to the most. Going ahead, yeah, I'm going to say Cody and Shawn Spears. What about you?
I'm looking forward to the title match between Paige.
Oh man, that's gonna be good too, isn't it?
Because this is a big show for AEW before they go to TV, and you can't be in the big leagues competing against WWE without a title. Yeah,
no. So and a name with that title, right? So what do you think? Think Jericho wins it? No, you think it's got to be Hangman Page. Yeah. Got to be Adam Page.
Just Jericho's behind the scenes with AEW.
Not really though. He's not in an executive role. Jericho's.
It seemed like from what I was reading, it seemed like he was doing talent scouting and stuff.
A little bit, yeah. He's helping out. He's getting so simple wrestling. Not wrestling math, because then that's when you get into Scott Steiner world, and then Conrad's got to be here, and he's not going to be here, so he can't do Scott Steiner math. So doing wrestling math here in my head, Jericho is the veteran, comes in with great name recognition, a hell of a history, the first undisputed champion in WWE, WWF.
Really good music.
Did you see him at Mohegan last week?
I was working.
Oh man.
I work Thursdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
My job, and I just found out Tool is coming on a day that I work, and I'm so bummed.
Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I heard good things about the Fozzy show. A friend of mine went for Nickelback. Yeah, he went for Nickelback, but he got to see Fozzy, and he said he had never, he came into my office at work. He goes, "Hey, guess who I'm going to see tonight?" I go, "You're going to Nickelback?" He goes, "Yeah, but Y2K's opening for him."
Y2J.
Yeah. I said it's Y2J. I said it's Fozzy. I said enjoy Judas. It's a really good song. So anyway, we kind of ventured off the topic, but Jericho should be there to help make stars. Like I was watching New Japan today, and Tanahashi is at the tail of his career, but he's the ace. He's the ace of the aces. He's the guy for New Japan. He's their John Cena. So up until this point, like he was putting guys over in the G1, and this feud that he's had with Zack Sabre Jr. has been really good. And tonight he won the British Heavyweight Championship from Zack Sabre Jr. But up until this point, he's been doing what he's supposed to and help getting the younger talent over with the crowd. I envision Jericho in that kind of role, right? He's got to be that older guy, and he's got to win titles because that helps not only bring the younger guys that he's working with up, it also brings the title up. Right. So I can see it going either way tonight. That's why it's really hard to make predictions on this show. It really is. Hey, Don.
Hey.
You know any of the matches tonight?
From what I heard just now, I heard your favorite ones, and those are the only ones I know.
I love it. There's a
Paige. I heard Paige.
Okay, so here we go. I'm right up in your. I'm gonna throw this one right up to you. Okay. Nice. Remember the blonde chick? You won't know her name, but Scarlett Bordeaux.
Okay, I don't know the name.
You saw her once and said she's probably the hottest female wrestler you've ever seen.
Sweet.
And you might have said she might be the hottest woman you've ever seen.
Really?
And Jamie will back that up. Jamie will also say she might be the...
Remember, this is when you guys came back...
Yes, from New York, and we showed you some of the stuff from New York, right? Yeah, maybe one of the two. One of the two WrestleMania weekends. We came back from one of our WrestleMania weekends, and we showed you some stuff. Yeah. And I think it might have been the penis party, Joey Ryan's penis party. Oh, that's right. I'm telling the world I was at Joey Ryan's penis party. Who cares? It was a great show. Jesus, look at Effie's back. Man, I should be watching this match. I think, she hasn't been advertised, but I think she's going to be in the Battle Royal tonight. So, yeah, it's a women's Battle Royal.
This is going to be a good show.
I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a really good, fun show. With that being said... we talked about Beyond. We talked about the independent scene. We talked about the show tonight. Guys going to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Road Dogg going to be in the house. Okay. Road Dogg just turned 40 years old. A couple last week, I think. So we will celebrate the 4-0 for the big Road DZ. And then
an exclusive club that you're joining in a couple of years.
January, my friend. I am. January. I'll be there in just a few short months. I will be in the 40 club. Well, see, now here's the other thing that I'm kind of disappointed in because of the whole sports entertainment experience thing that fell apart. They were going to be doing fantasy camps. And I'm like, oh, great, right around Christmas, I'll do a fantasy camp, and then on my birthday, maybe I'll rent this place out, we'll do my birthday party here, and I'll see if I can do a match for my birthday. And they're not doing that anymore. I'm like, this keto thing starts Monday for me. I'm going to drop some weight. I'm going to, get in better shape. I'm already starting to do some exercising. So, maybe my back would hold up. Maybe I could do a 6 or 7 minute match, maybe a 5 minute match. Just, hit the ropes, drop down tackle, hit an enforcer drop and call it a day, But that's not going to happen now. And I'm a little disappointed in that too, with that whole situation. But, So that's it. Okay. So Jamie's going to be here. I forgot. I got off track. Jamie will be here, and he's bringing Timothy. So he's bringing his little Timmy. And then Ryan hopefully will be in the house. He took the kids to Lake Compounds today, so he'll be here a little bit later. Yeah. So we're sold out. We are sold out, and Sean's going to come down and watch too. So I was originally thinking about doing the backyard and breaking out the projector, but it's a lot of work and. My back's been tight, so I threw the football with Sean for a while today, and it was good to get out there and start throwing again. But the kid's got an arm on him. He's playing quarterback for the JV squad. Yep. So QB1 for JV. So we'll see how that goes. And he's got an arm. He's whipping it out there.
Athletic family.
Yeah, except for me. Until I lose some weight and I get back in the ring.
Yeah, I was gonna say wrestling back in the day though. Basketball, wrestling.
Backyard wrestling. It was. Yeah, the enforcer, Len Anderson, 5-time CPWA world champion. Yeah. 6 if you count the title I took off of Sean from the casket when he died.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to pin him. I was going to climb up on the... Is that dark? Is that bad? Is that not funny?
I thought you were going to give him...
No, you can laugh, Steve. Go ahead, laugh. I want to hear it.
I thought you were going to give him the elbow.
No. Never mind. That would have been funny. Yeah.
Would have been funny.
All right, so we'll come back after maybe and do a little bit of a wrap up from AEW All Out. And Steven's going. You're going to the second. You're going to Boston, right? You're going to the second show.
It cost me an arm and a leg and my soul, but yes.
Oh, maybe I'll have to. I'm not going because I'm heading out to Green Bay, Wisconsin that weekend.
My girlfriend.
Oh boy.
She loves wrestling too.
Okay.
And I pitched the idea to her, and she said yes.
And she's going with you?
Yeah.
Dope. Dope. Yeah, so I'm not going because I'm going to Green Bay that weekend for the Bears-Lions Monday Night Football game. So, I said Bears? What the fuck? I mean, Bears still suck. The Packers-Lions. Jesus, I'm looking at the Green Bay. I'm looking at my share of ownership in the team, and I'm like, the Bears. Because I'm thinking this Thursday. I got Bears and Packers on my mind.
On the brain because me and my brother-in-law just shared half a fantasy draft.
I heard you went to a fantasy draft last night.
Yeah.
You got a good team?
I believe so.
Good.
We got the first pick anyways.
Oh, nice. I got the first pick of mine this year. Hey, let me tell you a quick story while we're still recording. So we recorded our last podcast right after we did our fantasy football draft. Don had all this research, like paperwork, and he had his computer out. He had Excel spreadsheets. He had cheat sheets. Hey, ask him how he did.
How'd you do, Don?
That is a double. What's the saying? Double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword?
Well, it's double-edged. Thank you.
Yeah.
Double-edged sword.
What was your grade? What was?
No. Let me finish. You asked Steve asked me how I did. In my mind or in Yahoo's opinion?
Yahoo's. Yeah, we don't give a shit about your mind.
Oh, okay.
Yahoo.
Okay, fine. Oh. We'll go with the negative first. Yahoo, because it is Len's story.
Yahoo!
He wants the reaction. This reaction. Yahoo says I'm gonna go 1-13, and they gave me a C. I don't know how that's a C, not an F.
Right? Yeah, that mean. Well, I think it just means that we all did bad, but you did the worst of the worst.
Right.
Well, you don't have. From what I hear, you guys fight for a title. You don't have the title on you.
No, he was the champion though. He was the first ever belt holder. Yeah, we've been doing. How long have we been doing this fantasy football league now?
God, I don't even know. 15 years?
Close to 15 years, right?
Holy
So Don's won it a couple times, and he won it. So we finally decided to do something like, everybody does a trophy nowadays, and we saw that the belt was cheap to do. It was like, I think it was like $200. We had it with shipping. Because we had a 10, we prefer to do a 10-person league. We like it. There's more players in the pool afterwards. You end up with better teams. You score more points. That fun stuff. So we split it 10 ways, $20 each, and we got the belt. So that's how we ended up with the title. The belt. It's not a title. So Don had it the first year, and Ryan currently has it. And Ryan brought it last week, and that was the first time Don had seen it since he had to cough it up at the end of the last season.
It's true. See, he's defaced it with stickers and stuff. And
Austin,
I'll get it back and peel them off. So.
We've got a fantasy football group chat, and Austin, who's in the league, says that thing's gonna look great in my dorm room this year. So he's trying to win it himself. But yeah, so
to finish off though, in my opinion, I think I have a good team, and I'm gonna get first place. So.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. I don't agree with Yahoo. Yahoo can basically. This is a wrestling podcast. Yahoo can suck it.
Yeah. Yahoo can suck it?
Yahoo.
Okay. So, all right. Well, so that's going to wrap us up for now, and we'll be back after the show, probably, most likely. If not, then I'll wrap up tomorrow with a quick end around. But until then, enjoy. Anybody out there that's watching the show or it's watched the show, I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy it in real time. Nick Gage is a bloody mess. Jesus Christ, look at the back of his head. Yeah, death matches, man, right? So we're a couple minutes away here from kicking off the pre-show. So while we do dope shit, you do dope shit. Welcome back. Man, what a great night last night was. What a great day of professional wrestling, all in all. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of pro wrestling, you better check out that NXT UK show. You better check out the New Japan Pro Wrestling Royal Quest. And if you're listening to us, then you already watched AEW All Out. as I've already watched it and gone back now, watching it a second time with who we have now on the podcast with us. We got underscore Coach BB hanging out. Conrad's in the house.
What up, Council?
Conrad's going to plan a house party.
Not on the air, please. Like, can we not? My information's out there. Random people are just gonna start showing up in my house.
Gonna show up at your house.
So we're actually doing this show now. I know, Len, you saw it last night.
Yep.
I was preoccupied last night. I was at a concert, and the entire night I was thinking about, oh my god, I'm gonna stay off my phone, avoid spoilers, because I'm gonna try to see this as soon as possible. And that brings us to this evening, and I was not spoiled until about 11 o'clock this morning.
Okay, how'd that happen?
I was studying for a pharmacy exam that I have coming up in about 3 weeks, and I'm using a math tutor on YouTube to help me out with math and with chemistry. And under my...
I'm glad you helped with math, because the last time I heard you do math was like Scott Steiner math.
I'm preparing myself a little bit better this time. Scott Steiner is not my tutor. I actually have someone that's from college that helps me out.
Is it one of my kids?
No, it's not. They would probably teach me, though. Austin's fresh. Austin's about a week in, and he'd be a good teacher.
Yeah.
So I was getting recommendations on next parts of the video to watch, and so I had 3 recommendations.
Okay.
And the first 2 were, one was like math, and then the next one was chemistry, and then the third recommendation was Chris Jericho wins AEW World Title. And I'm like, God damn it!
It's so random.
I know, it was
chemistry and math and Chris Jericho. They all go together, right?
Oh God! So I think I texted you guys in the group chat, and I was like, I just got spoiled. I made it. I probably made it. I don't even know. Probably 12 hours without seeing anything, and yeah, I was proud of myself.
11, so yeah, you got almost 12
I was proud of myself.
Especially, that since that was the only thing you saw for a spoiler.
Yeah.
You didn't see anything else.
Yep.
Until Ryan hit you up.
Yeah, until Ryan went full dick mode and just starts putting all the spoilers in the group chat, and then I'm like, well, I can't be here anymore. So I didn't read anything. I turned my phone off.
So, we're only at a point in the show with the rewatch. We're up to the Cracker Barrel Clash, I think they're called.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
That's awesome. I saw the barrel.
It's definitely sponsored by Cracker Barrel. This is like the hardcore match of the night. So, as we're watching that, I want to just go back a little bit, Con, and give you some of my notes from last night. And
okay.
I'll stop, right? Because I don't want to spoil anything for you. You're working really hard at not getting anything spoiled.
Yeah, for me, this is live. For me, we're watching this, and it's live.
What we're doing the podcast here, just so people at home aren't going to think, oh, fuck, we're going to sit here and listen to them bullshit for the next 3 hours while they watch the show. Mm-hmm. We're not going to do that. We'll pause the recording, and we'll jump in. And we've done this before. This is how we did that Ring of Honor show. Mm-hmm. So hang tight, enjoy the show, listen to us, and we got some pretty funny insight. So we'll just give you some of that. So what I will start to say, okay? So this is a question that I think might relate to you, and you would probably be able to answer better than anybody else.
Okay. So there's a broad range of questions we can ask here. Okay.
So
shoot.
I watched the show last night.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with everybody. Mm-hmm. Right? We know all these guys because they come through our territory.
Yes.
So there's going to be people out there who aren't familiar with Jimmy Havoc, with Joey Janela, that wouldn't know who Marco Stunt was.
Yeah.
That maybe the Luchasauruses or, something, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
So, okay, but Orange Cassidy is the perfect use here, okay?
Okay.
Because everybody's online like, oh, he puts his hands in his pockets and he does stuff. Is that his gimmick? Mm-hmm. It's like,
oh my God.
Staple gun to the chest. So, I guess what my question is will I start to hate AEW fans who don't know who these guys are?
No.
No?
No.
Because I'm sure you kind of, like, these guys, the problem is, wrestling fans now, right? They gotta pick a side.
Yeah.
War. Everything's a fucking war nowadays.
Yeah.
So, you gotta pick a side. Are you AEW or are you WWE? We just read something from someone on Twitter, last word on pro wrestling. Who the fuck says you get the last word on pro wrestling?
Yeah. Yeah, Emma.
And then they're shit on the show.
Yeah, Emma with a profile picture. Yeah. How dare you?
Is freaking dude, watch this. This is crazy. So it's like, why do we have to be divided? Why can't we just? I hate to sound like Rodney King. Why can't we just get along?
Are they gonna hold him ransom?
I don't know who Rodney King is. It's too young.
Rodney King is Jimmy King's brother, the guy that played on. He was a Fab Five from Michigan State.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. All right, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy Havoc is taped to a chair here, and they got a cup full of.
The fuck are they doing?
What are they doing? Thumbtack. Nope. And we're gonna. So wrestling fans are kind of already drawing that, saying NXT was better, and that WWE is going to be better, and that.
What the fuck?
He came off. He's like, oh, this one, he's not. So, am I going to hate these people for not giving it a chance and just go in and say, Joey, Orange Cassidy's just, you know what they're going to do? They're going to listen to fucking Cornette. And then they're going to not fucking judge for themselves. They're brainless fucking dweebs who don't fucking listen or don't make decisions on their own. They just fucking listen to Cornette.
You can listen to Cornette, but then it's what you take away from Cornette is the big thing. Like, I love listening to Cornette because I think we have the same mindset when it comes to what we like in wrestling. But it's not. But I'm not going to bash the product. Like, I think some things are stupid. The things that I like in wrestling are the things that haven't been seen. They're innovative. It has a shade of maybe wrestling from 20, 30 years ago.
Right.
But wrestling 20, 30 years ago was innovative. It was new. It was different. So in a lot of ways, I understand what Cornette's saying, but I'm not going to say, it's Orange Cassidy's got his hands in his pockets and he, fucking does stupid shit. I would give him a chance. And obviously I've seen Cassidy enough to know, what his shtick is. But for new guys, it's let this thing run its course. Let it see what there's so many options that these guys can do. Let them see what they can do, and then if you want to, if you like it, you're gonna keep watching it. If you're not, you're not gonna watch. So, yeah.
Which is fine. I don't mind hating people. I really don't. But
I think we all do. It happens.
So that was the first thing that I wrote down because I'm on Twitter too much. I think that's the biggest problem on Twitter.
You gotta get on Instagram more.
I'm on Instagram.
There's more pictures. I can't read, so I resort to pictures.
But right, okay, that makes sense. But oh Jesus Christ, that's the hardest part of the ring.
That is the hardest part of the ring.
Anyway, so a couple thoughts here. SCU. I feel they're better as a heel group.
Yes.
I didn't like them with the mic work in the beginning of the show. Jamie called. No, wrong part. No. So Jamie pointed out some graphic stuff.
Look, the tennis racket. Look, they knew we were talking about Cornette. Oh my God, that's great timing.
This is a tennis racket in 2019 in the wrestling. So, that seems like it's gonna get the job done. Yeah, I should have probably taken a little bit more better notes. Jamie said the Luchasaurus match and the SCU match is going to be a store run match right off the jump.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow, to open it.
That's what he said.
Wow.
And I gave a negative to the SCU promo. Jamie didn't like the graphics. I think Luchasaurus is going to be a star. You were saying that too, right?
I think so. I think the way they built him in this match, the size, the look, kind of the moveset that they were giving, it was almost like they were giving him this was like his spotlight match
He had a section
in a way.
that just dude, I won't say pop the crowd, but it like worked up to the crowd, you know, because you pop the crowd, that's an instant jump on your feet moment.
Yeah.
This worked up to a standing ovation, and that was freaking crazy. So that's why I thought he was he's going to be a star. I really think so. I told Jamie, I said this was not a store run, and Jamie felt that we needed a bad guy in that match. He felt that, you know, it was too face versus face stuff. So he wasn't really keen with it, but he did agree that it was not a store run after watching it. So all good there. Not a store run match. And if people don't know what a store run match is, back in the day, I lived pretty close to a convenience store. So if a match was boring to us, we're like, store run. We'd run down and grab Twinkies or Ho-Hos or Snowballs or bottle of Mountain Dew. I'm waiting for the what's. I'm not getting the what, so I guess...
a lot of healthy things, it sounds like.
Yeah, a lot of healthy choices. That's why I look the way I do now, and that's why I have this uphill battle that I'm starting. So with this match, the next match would have been Pac versus...
oh my god.
Kenny Omega. I thought there was good commentary from JR when I listened to it last night, but then today, listening back, I kind of like, maybe not. Pac got the win here. Great heat with the crowd, but surprising, right? The guy in 10 days' notice comes in and gets a win over Kenny Omega.
I think it was good. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I'm just watching two men stir themselves. What were we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Pac and.
It was a surprise with the finish and the win.
Yeah.
Pac. He's Pac now. He's not Pac anymore.
Pac. Oh God. That's what he did against Davey Starr at American Rana. Oh my god. I'm all over the place right now. What were we talking about like 20 seconds ago?
Jesus. Focusing is his match.
Yeah.
Go watch it. If you haven't yet. Oh. Canelo just hit a middle rope, jumping over the top, destroyer through the table onto Darby Allin.
Killed him.
He's dead. X's over the eyes. He's dead. We're talking about a Pac being a surprise win.
Okay.
Because it's on 10 days notice, you know, that one.
Yeah.
And Moxley dropped out of the match due to the staph infection.
Yeah.
I guess it's pretty severe.
Yeah.
From what I'm reading. Nobody was
You're a dumb fuck.
So, Pac he choked him out with the finisher, and I was surprised. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I mean, it's like putting Kenny Omega to sleep, and like you could tell by the reaction of the crowd, they obviously weren't expecting that.
No,
and I don't think anyone was really expecting that, but I think that's the creative direction that AEW is going in is I think they're bringing Pac in as I think they're making him a big star. I think they're doing what WWE could not do and probably wouldn't do.
Okay.
And
so what's the more surprising fact then? Okay, that Pac won, or that since wins and losses matter here in AEW, that Kenny Omega is now 1-2.
I don't like. I think on paper you would, if you know Pac and you've seen him work before, and whether that's WWE or like you're watching Dragon Gate, I think you know how well of a performer he is and he'd be booked. But I think the record overall with Kenny Omega being 1-2 is now with records and wins and losses meaning something, which is really cool. You know, that's now you start to think about, well, where's that going to put him? He's got to fight John Moxley at some point, and Darby's got to skateboard. Hold on, wait, we have to hold on a second. Oh my god! What the fuck's on the back?
I said Janela's dead, and then skateboard spot. So that's where we are, skateboard spot.
Skateboard spot is where we're going.
Jamie's favorite spot of the night.
Oh, I bet Jamie was so happy.
He really was.
Does he have thumbtacks at the bottom?
On the bottom of it.
Oh my fucking god.
Dude, it's so good.
Does he ollie?
puts an ollie with the skateboard on Janela's back. And
oh my god.
And then roll him on top of the thumbtacks and pin him. I fucking love wrestling.
Did Jamie mark out when he saw the skateboard?
A little bit.
Was Jamie wearing his Vans? Probably. We weren't sure.
Yeah.
I kind of want a biscuit now.
You want a biscuit now?
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of caught up with my notes. So maybe we should take a break here. Pacing bills. We'll run an advertisement here. This is going to be a longer podcast than you guys are used to from us. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour and a half. But,
you're welcome.
A lot of content to go over, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. Stay tuned for a little bit more AEW talk just after these messages from our sponsor. All right, Con, Let's Fresh. We're back. We are back on the air. Thanks to our sponsor, DVC Members of America. Con, what's that reaction? Cody versus Spears.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I just don't know what you do from here. Because I would have put Spears over as like an established heel.
But then there's never closure for the chair shot. There's never a receipt for that chair shot.
Yeah, but it'll come over time. Like months go by. I mean, they continue the story because now it feels like it's done.
It's not the match; it's the booking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if they have something better if they've got future plans like down the line, then
Okay.
I don't know. Like I thought it would be a bigger.
Well, I think part of it is that Cody's going to be a contender. So wins and losses matter. If Cody loses this one, and he's only got the one win, the one loss, and then the one draw.
Yeah.
Is he a contender to Jericho? I don't know. But is Spears...
Stop!
You already heard that.
Come on, man.
I know that one.
I wanted to live the moment.
Fine, sorry. Now it's my fault. Let's go back a minute.
Okay.
Let's go back. To the tag match. Best friends. Dark Order. Best friends versus Dark Order.
Yeah.
Dark Order, or as I'm now calling them, Dungeon of Doom. Good plan.
Yeah. The big one is Kamala.
Yeah, evil Uno is Kamala.
And the small one is any one of them.
So I wrote down Khan doesn't like evil Uno.
I don't.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay. But what did you like about that? Chuck E. Cheese about to be dragged off to the back by the minions or whatever.
Lights go out.
The crickets. The lights go out.
And I'm like, who possibly is going to make the save? And then the lights come back on. And it's a one freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Hands in the pockets. Glasses on.
Tope Suicida.
Oh my god. Makes the save.
Nips up.
That is the way you book a talent. That is the way you do it.
Here we go back to my question earlier. Am I going to hate AEW fans?
Yeah.
So people don't know that the three of them are really super friends.
Yeah, right.
And Gentleman's Club is a tag team with Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy.
And Swampy.
What?
And Swampy.
And Swamp Monster.
Yep.
So that's the question. Will we see Swampy? Will Swamp Monster get a contract with AEW?
If you're listening to this podcast and you want to see Swamp Monster in AEW, use the hashtag Swampy is all elite.
Okay, I like that.
Hashtag Swampy is all elite.
Hashtag Swampy is all elite. That's our hashtag for the week. I'm writing that down so I don't forget it. So then we just watched Cody versus Shawn Spears, and we heard your opinion on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I have here for my pluses and minuses of this match? My plus, of course, what I just said off the air was, as a kid and as a fan of Arn Anderson, you wanted Arn to get the recognition. He's the enforcer. He's not supposed to get the recognition. He's not the front man. He's the guy that takes care of the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that the guy counts on. He's the one that as an enforcer, he needs to be counted on. He needs to be the one to take out the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to be the front guy. He's not going to get that love, the adulation that Flair would get.
Right.
So that pop that Arn Anderson got last night was probably the loudest I've ever heard him get.
Yeah.
And then when he hit that spine buster,
Yeah.
smiles on my face.
That's cool.
Sure.
That's a cool thing to see.
Arn getting his moment. Good for him. Something well deserved. His contributions to this business,
No.
you know, behind the scenes and growing talent and just being a wrestling mind. Yeah, my uncle's a genius.
There you go.
So we're going into the next match here, Tom.
I forgot.
Lucha Bros versus the June Bucks.
Gym Bucks.
June Bucks. So
Yeah.
So what that gives us? That gives us 2 matches left. Okay. So we're gonna break for commercial again. We're gonna watch another 2 matches, and then we're gonna come back and wrap this whole thing up.
Cool.
What do you think about that?
I'm down.
And I hope people didn't get their hopes up for the next booking of Bone, because we're not doing that today.
Next time.
We'll give you Bone next week.
Next week.
The whole thing.
Coming at you.
We'll give you the whole Bone next week. So.
Well,
All right.
we have
Stay tuned.
we have a bone to pick.
What's that, Tom?
We have a bone to pick.
We have a boner. What?
We have a bone to pick.
Oh, bone to pick. Okay. Yeah. We have a bone to pick. And we have to pick those matches. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be next week. But after the messages from our sponsors, we will return and talk about Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros and the main event for the AEW Championship. Chris Jericho versus the Hangman at Takeover.
Puerto Rico! 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 Puerto Rico!
Yeah, so we come in there with a little bit of Puerto Rico ho for a reason.
Love Puerto Ricans.
We just watched the rest of the show, including my new favorite ladder match, Escaleta de Muerto, right?
Yes.
Saying that right?
Correct.
I'm probably saying that wrong.
Correct.
But Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what do you think, huh?
Trying to remember. Trying to remember. No, you don't have to rewind it.
So much going on.
A lot of, typical fashion. They put on a Sully.
Fucking Sully.
It was a
That's
Sully.
what that
It was good.
It was a straight up fucking Sully.
We like Sullys.
Listen, it's that match fucked. So it was definitely hell of a lot of spots. So I thought freaking that ladder spot over the top.
Yeah.
I thought it killed him. You know, he came down through both. He was probably would have come down through both tables.
Yeah.
Had he not caught his feet on the top rope and then.
Yeah.
Just DED dead. Crazy.
I think they crossed the line a little bit. Well, I think Matt Jackson crossed the line a little bit. Took off Penta's mask.
Oh yeah, dude, they hated that. The crowd hated that.
It's fucked
Do you
up.
think? So this feud has been now through the summer,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
And a little bit longer than that because they went down to AAA and fought down there. You think this is the last ladder match we see the Bucks in for a long time?
No.
I know they're kind of synonymous with.
No, but they like ladder match. Like that's their thing. They always talk about they like wrestling ladder matches. Yeah. I think we said that at Final Battle when we went, and it was like, oh my god, that was terrible. And then they've probably been in like 2 or 3 since then.
I'm sure
you can't do them like every match, but for Bucks, they do this like 5 or 6 times a year.
I think it's time for the Bucks to put the ladder match away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just they can go without the ladder match.
They can.
Jesus Christ.
They can.
And what they've got in front of them is they got to build a tag team division. They need to establish stars, and we can wait on seeing another ladder match. But they fucking killed it.
They did.
That match was crazy.
Yep.
Well, so at the end of the match, we get two masked guys come out.
Well, originally they were presidents. I think one was Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
I think one was Reagan, and they came out.
Okay.
It was Carter and
I think one of
Nixon.
one of them was Bill Clinton, and the other one was Kennedy. No.
Yeah, probably. Probably they were presidents.
I read it a hard time in history class.
I don't know. I don't know the history like that.
So they come out with good. They come out in president masks.
Yep. Came out, hit the super bluff blockbuster.
Love that move.
And I've started thinking about, I'm like, where have I seen that move before? And I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh, Hart Dynasty. And then, no, that's not their move. And then, like, I started thinking about it again, and I was like, oh, EYFBO.
EYFBO. EYFBO. EYFBO. Yes, sir.
So that's cool.
They take the mask.
And I'm
Santana and Ortiz.
And they got a very good pop. I was thinking, so like as soon as the mind hits was like, oh, it's EYFBO, but I was a little concerned because I don't think the crowd would have known them the way that we do, like from seeing them from beyond. So it's kind of like, hey, I say establish a lot. You're gonna throw these guys out to to this public of like, here's what we got, and then the result of, or like the noise that people are gonna make.
I think you actually got a good pop, and you might have had some LAX chants in there.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes back to what I started our conversation with. Am I going to hate wrestling fans for not knowing who guys are?
Mm-hmm.
Twitter again. Are they LAX? Can they be called LAX?
Yeah.
LAX is in. Are here at. I'm like, stop it! It's not LAX because LAX is owned by Impact, and maybe the wrestling fan OCD comes out at me.
Yeah.
LAX is owned by Impact.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to Hernandez and Homicide, so they're not going to be. Relax, they're not going to be LAX. And they're not going to be EYFBO either. But, why can't they just be Santana and Ortiz?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Or Los Boricuas, as they call themselves. I'm down for that.
What was that stable in...
Boricuas?
In 98?
Yeah.
That's what they were? Yeah. They should do that.
Yeah, it was like Savio Vega.
Yeah, they should do that.
Yeah. So then we get the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Match of the night. The World AEW.
Was that your match of the night?
What's that?
Was that your match of the night?
No.
You just said match of the night.
Well, it's the one you're leading up to. It's the one they want
the
you
best
to feel.
one.
No, it's a match they want you to feel is going to be match of the night. They're leading up to this huge match.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't my match of the night. We'll get into that after the show.
Uh-huh.
Talk about this. Because I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So your main event. Title match.
Mm-hmm. First
ever AEW champion, Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm always going to be happy. I'm a Jericho fan.
Okay.
Always have been. I think it's the best move to make. Ooh, Aladdin. I think it's the best move to make because you're going to start a weekly show on TNT. And to any outside wrestling fan that wants to see the product and they see a champion that they, obviously Chris Jericho, well known, guy's been around for the last 20 years, over 20 years if you really think about it.
Well,
but I mean, as a TV star, he's been WCW is what? Yeah.
99 is when he came to WWE.
Yeah. So we're talking 95 ECW.
95 ECW.
Something. I was born in 95. So like that's obviously the guy that you put on as your champ, and like it's no disrespect to Hangman at all.
No,
he can be a champion.
Like I said, I think there's more money in the chase for Hangman than there is making him the champion right off the bat.
Yeah,
I think
you can build him up as an underdog and a guy that wants the belt.
Yeah, this was always what I loved about WCW,
mm-hmm.
and and it was kind of the opposite of WWE, was that they were a company where the heel was the champion.
Mm-hmm.
They were a heel champion
For the most part.
For the most part,
Yeah.
Because there's more money in the chase.
Mm-hmm.
WWE is for the most part a babyface champion.
Yeah. It's more like WWE's like the it's like the feel good story, kind of like the Cinderella story. It's like, and they're a champion, and then they hold the belt for like 8 months, and then a heel wins it for a couple months, and then the babyface gets it back for a year, and it's like, stupid.
And maybe the modern era with having the Universal Championship and having the WWE title, maybe that's not the same because Brock was champion forever.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the WWE Championship has always been on a babyface.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So I think that's great. That
JBL. JBL. And JBL.
And JBL. But John Cena held it 15 times.
Yeah.
It's Kofi Kingston's a babyface. Daniel Bryan, when he had his original run, is a babyface. Seth Rollins is a babyface. Roman Reigns is
Shawn Michaels.
Something. Anyway, so that was the show. We didn't really talk about the match much. I loved how this match kind of like was a mix of styles, right? Because we talked earlier about the Cody match feeling like a WWE match, right?
Right.
But we didn't. I don't think we talked about it on air. But we said that
we discussed it during the match.
One of your takes on that match was the WWE style. Both these guys came from that background.
Yeah.
And now here in the main event, you kind of had a little bit of an indie fight feel with the WWE style match where they told a story.
Right.
They had the receipt for the eye from Fyter Fest.
Yeah.
So good match.
Really good.
Yeah. So okay, since I botched up and said match of the night, what was your match of the night?
I think. To be honest with you, I think it was either the main event.
Okay.
Just because I think that was the match I was most really looking forward to, and the guy that I wanted to win won. So I might be a little biased when I say that was my favorite one, but I think. Probably it's either that one or it's the three-way. It's Darby, Janela, and it's Jimmy Havoc. I mean, it just you can do a lot of stuff in a wrestling match that you've seen before.
Yep.
We've probably seen the same match hundreds of times if you really think about it, between how they start a match, how they follow through with a match, timing of the match, drop down tackle, and then how it finishes, and we've probably seen 100 times about how those things go. But like, I don't like hardcore wrestling, I don't like those death matches, but they always do something that you don't see coming.
Right.
And I feel like that match is three guys, and that's what they've been doing for the last couple of years, and you just throw them together. So I mean, I don't like watching it, but like I'll watch it. Yeah, cough and drop. Let's just break our back.
Well,
that's a great idea.
So going into the show, Steven and I talked yesterday, and I said I think the match I was looking forward to most was the MJF match. I'm sorry,
MJF.
Rewind, bring it back. The match I was looking forward to most was the Cody Rhodes Shawn Spears match with MJF in Cody's corner and with Tully in Shawn Spears' corner. I think it solidified it for me with Arn coming out.
Yeah. I bet.
Going into that match, I fully expected Cody to be, not Cody, but MJF to be like, all right, this is it. This is my time to turn on Cody.
Yeah.
The whole weekend, he's like, said Starcast, he's reading poems to Cody, his best friend.
Yeah.
It's just, it seemed like maybe this was, he's playing it up a little bit too much.
Oh, yeah.
And then, they kind of teased it at the end of the match where he had the chair.
Yeah, the chair. Yeah, but, I saw that.
Nope, that was it. Stayed with him. So they got me. They got me on that. So I gotta say that's great. Got swerved there.
Yeah.
And then probably the ladder match after that. Those are my two favorite matches. The Jericho match was great too, but that ladder match just had like it was a spot fest, and it was fun to watch. And I think the entertainment value has got to be something. When you're starting a new wrestling television show, you want to bring fans in and give them something they haven't seen before.
Right.
And a lot of the stuff that they did on those ladders just you hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
You know, who's ever seen somebody do a sling blade from one side of the ladder to the other?
No, it's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're diving through ladders and these ladders. So it's WWE might need to look into where they get their ladders and maybe call AEW and ask them because. None of those ladders bent or broke.
No, those are good ladders.
It was just
like if I have to do a house project, I would want to know where those ladders are coming from.
Those ladders.
Yeah,
I really would. Fucking crazy. Yeah, so great show. Go out and check it out if you haven't seen it. I don't know. I'm sure you can see it on pay-per-view, Fight TV maybe, BR Live. I don't know if they do pay-per-view style. I don't know. But go make your way out there and check that show out. It was really fun. You also watched the 3-way tag team match at NXT UK.
I did. Going into this weekend, that was the only match that not like I wanted to see, but like the thing I was kind of craving, because I like South Wales subculture. Yep. I really do. I don't watch a lot of... I'm kind of limiting my wrestling time now, but I watch NXT UK, and it's my favorite thing right now. And I got out of work yesterday around 1 o'clock. I had to study for about an hour and a half. And I remember I was texting you, and you were giving me updates about the NXT show, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to turn it on. And as soon as I turned it on, the match was starting. And I watched it, and it was the best thing that I've seen in a while. And after that, I had a concert to get ready for, so I just turned it off. Really, and that's all I watched yesterday. But I was very satisfied, and I enjoyed it, and that was part of my day.
That was a really good match.
It was a great match.
So it was really fun.
Yeah.
And we got a new tag team champion.
New tag champs.
South Wales subculture. Flash Morgan.
Everything in that match was great. Just because, they were in Cardiff.
Yep.
And that's their home. And then you have grizzled young vets who I think... They're such great heels, and I don't even think they should be a tag team. They could go singles, and they're already hated as it is. There's 2 heels that you can push, right up front there. I know they have Walter and they have the other guys that he's with, Imperium, and they're heels. But those 2 guys, in the next couple of years or so, give them a shot, and then you have Gallus, who. I think there's a lot of people that are annoyed of them because they've been around. They haven't really won much, but they're big guys. They're big. They're bulky. They're tough. I think they added this extra element of kind of just these monsters. Yeah. These big guys coming in, and they were perfect spots during the match that they had, and that was everyone brought kind of something different and unique, and they put it together like a puzzle, and I thought that was pretty cool.
So, let's see, what's today? Today's the 1st of September, right?
That's right.
We need to wrap up Bone.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do that today, but we're going to wrap up Bone soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were just talking, the next time we all should be together. I don't know if Jamie will be able to make it, but at least the 3 of us should be September 18th. Mm-hmm. And then we should have a monster podcast for that week. Because the 2-hour debut show, they're bringing the thunder.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even though it's going to be Wednesday.
They want all the eyeballs on it.
Right. So that's going to be a good show. We should watch it together. And then October 2nd. Is that October 2nd? Yeah. I think so.
Oh yeah, that's
I know
right.
You're bad with dates, but
I'm terrible.
AEW's debut on TNT. So. That's when we'll do the 2 TV gimmick and watch both shows. Excuse me. We'll watch both shows at once.
Yeah.
Anything else? What else is going on?
Oh, man.
The vlog coming.
The vlog's doing very well.
Plug that vlog for you. Let's get some views up.
My name is at Coach_BB on Instagram. I have a monthly vlog that I'm doing. I did the first episode last month. I'm in the process of doing a second one. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's kind of, I don't even know, what word do you want to throw in there?
I watched it.
So, I mean, if you guys want, please follow me. It's the second you are. I hope to see you be in the second episode as well. We'll work on that. That's what I got going on.
That's it.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested and you want 10 minutes... Yeah, check out the vlog. It's
Coach BB on Instagram.
10 minutes of your time. Watch it.
Monthly, right? Monthly.
Yep, one a month episodes because they're a bitch to edit.
Who's got time for that shit?
And I know people that do like once every couple weeks. I'm like, how the fuck are they doing this once every couple weeks? This is ridiculous.
They get more time in their hands than you do.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, Rye, you're not here with us tonight. We were hoping to hang and record with you. I know you and I would like to discuss the situation with Pawtucket and SCE and all that stuff. But we'll get into that next week. You and I will have a conversation about that on the air, on the show. I talked about it a little bit on the front end, but I think Ryan and I could have some insight that we'd like to add. And some stuff, just our opinions and how we feel after the whole situation. So we'll talk about that next week. I think that's all I've got going on. Football starts next Thursday.
Whoop, whoop.
We got the Fantasy League, which you drafted halfway near decent.
Yeah.
Were you projected?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I haven't gone on the app since draft night. So
let me bring it up because I talked with Don about it earlier in the podcast. So
yeah.
I just figured I'd get
Don's going down.
Don, you should have seen Don, man. He was here and he had his computer out and he had spreadsheets on his computer and he had cheat sheets that he printed off the web, and he still projected to finish 1-13. So good luck there, Star Ed.
That's what you get for doing your homework. If there's any kids listening to this is why you don't do your homework.
No. So Packers Bears Thursday night. Hopefully we don't get any remnants of Dorian for the weekend because
Dorian's.
I'd like to get to Austin's first game this weekend up in Western New England. I know he won't be playing, but I still want to go and support the team and check out some college football. That experience is fun. Are you coming on the 5th of October?
I plan on it.
Okay,
it's a Saturday.
Fun. That's homecoming, so they do cool stuff.
I plan on it.
So that's it for us this week. So thanks for listening. Glad you could stop in and check out the show. We watched a ton of wrestling, man. So I think I'm gonna take tomorrow off. Tomorrow I'm not gonna go to work. It's Labor Day, and I'm not gonna watch any wrestling. What day is it? Tomorrow's Monday.
Tomorrow's Monday.
Is there any wrestling on tomorrow anyway?
Monday.
There's something on Mondays.
No, there's not.
There's nothing on Monday?
No.
Okay. Then I'm good.
No,
there's nothing to
okay.
watch. So I will take tomorrow off and I won't watch wrestling. Because I'm just watching AEW again today. And I booked my Packer trip. I came by and we booked we're going to Green Bay for a couple games. Going to check out the Monday Night Football game against the Lions and stay for the Raiders game the following Sunday. So we're going to be there for it's almost like 10 days, I think. So it's crazy. We're going to do a ton of stuff. We booked that out today. So that was fun, too. So a lot of cool stuff coming up this fall. And I will be vlogging, and we'll try to do a Skype call for the podcast while I'm out there. Try to do that. That'd be kind of cool.
Word.
And that'll do it then, right? So we're good to go. We got nothing else going on. There's nothing else to tell you guys. I want to keep talking, but I got nothing to talk about. So as usual, no Ryan here, so we'll say it for him. Kyle, what do they got to do?
They should probably we suggest it, do some dope shit.
Do the dope shit.